Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm ACP, the lead developer for Flop Stats, and I've been working hard on getting you guys some new features that help you guys play the flop better. So let's dive right into it here. So, of course, to start, you just click Start Analyzing Flops Now. So, you can see that the user interface looks a bit different from the last time that I made a video. So yeah, let's get right into it. First new feature is this range slider tool, and you can type this in or drag it out. And I like to use this particularly against people who have like really wide ranges. Your recreational players. Maybe I raise, and I think the villain called me with anything from 2 to 50% here. So I type that in, and this gives me, basically the best 50% hands in poker, excluding the top 2%. That's all that does. And, you can potentially adjust this a little, right? So, I don't know, maybe I think, 4-3 suited's in there, and I can add that in as well. Now, let's get into a couple of features that sort of go together. One is this enable half combos switch, and all this does is it allows you to weight your ranges. For now, it's either half or nothing. So, if I'm, selecting some sort of range, it starts out where, it's in purple, and that means that, 100% of these combos are here. But in poker, people will sometimes sort of mix up what they do in different parts of their range. They might have some hands that, maybe half the time they 3-bet and half the time they call. So that's what we can use this for, right? So maybe, I don't know, I think Jack 10 suit is in here half the time, and now you'll notice it's in pink, and there's this little H before it. So that's what tells you, hey, this is weighted by half. So we can, go ahead and select some more. We can drag if we want to. And so that's pretty straightforward. Next feature that sort of goes together with this weighting and half ranges is now we have GTO ranges. And for those who don't know what that means, GTO stands for Game Theory Optimal, and it's kind of been all the rage in poker for the last few years. It's a pretty sophisticated strategy for making sure that your opponents can't exploit you. So here we have some basic game theory optimal pre-flop ranges. So for example, we got your opens, right? So we select cutoff open. This is the range that we should be looking to raise first in from the cutoff. And then if we think our opponent is playing game theory optimal as well, we can, maybe he called us from the big blind after we raised in the cutoff. So we can click big blind flat versus cutoff. And now we get this pretty weird looking range here. And you'll notice there's a lot of things in pink because a lot of these hands, again, half the time they might 3-bet, half the time they might fold. So we have some hands here, these hands sort of at the top left corner, they're being 3-bet all the time. We have some hands like, some of these suited aces that are either being 3-bet or called with. And then we have some other hands where they're just being called 100% of the time. So if you know about GTO, this feature should be pretty straightforward. If you don't, I recommend you Google it. It's definitely good to know about as a poker player. And, this is a pretty good resource, even if you don't really plan on using the rest of the app. Finding these GTO preflop ranges without paying any money is not exactly very straightforward. So the next thing that we've got, this feature applies for when you select all flops specifically. So once you do get results, we not only get our usual bar charts and pie charts, but now we have this best flops tab. And this is kind of good for like labbing out which ranges are favored versus others on certain flops. So for example, we look at this first line here, and it says, the hero has 42% suited combos, while the villain has 46% suited combos, and then it says, monotone and two-tone flops favor the villain, while rainbow flops favor the hero. And we've also got this for connected, in this case, both suited and connected flops favor the villain, whereas you'll notice certain flops here, like if we look at aces, flops containing an ace hit the hero's range, almost 27% of the time, but the villain's range only 15% of the time. So it says, okay, flops containing an ace favor the hero. And you can sort of look over this, and why is this helpful? To me, it's helpful because it helps you develop a betting strategy, right? So I think to myself, okay, I know that flops containing an ace favor my range a lot, so, on those flops, I should be very aggressive. Whereas, we go, okay, monotone flops favor the villain. So if we see a monotone flop, maybe we slow down a bit, and so on and so forth. So it breaks it down for every possible face card, right? Ace through 2, and then suited and connected. And then sort of another minor thing that we added, and this helps particularly if you're like sharing your results with someone else, is it shows the ranges as text, but like with big ranges, it's like kind of hard to make heads or tails out of it, right? It's just kind of a wall of text. So now we can visualize this, just in case we forgot, wait, what's villain's range again? And this opens a new window, and we can see, okay, there it is. So yeah, let me know what you think about these new features. Let me know if you have suggestions for new features. Definitely still working on some new ones, so I hope to make another video soon. Thanks, guys.